And welcome to the Brian Kelly Show, our weekly look at the defending national champions in Division II college football, the Grand Valley State Lakers, and their head coach, Brian Kelly. Now, last time Grand Valley lost a regular season game in football was 3 years ago at the Superior Dome in Marquette, a.k.a. the Uper Dome. And yes, that same dome was where Grand Valley trailed for most of the first half yesterday on Saturday afternoon. And virtually all of that first half, it was a rough battle. Coach Kelly joins us right now. Your team did explode and finally pulled away to a solid 50-20 victory.
Well, 4 quarters. You know, if they gave out wins and losses at halftime, we probably wouldn't have this streak. But, you know, our kids probably didn't get off to the best start that we would have liked. But we hung in there and fought through the first half, and actually had a lead going into the locker room. So I felt like we didn't play very well, Rick, but we still got out of the first half with a 2-point lead.
And not only the adjustment to playing indoors, but your first day game of the year.
Which, you know, is a big difference for our guys. They're used to that day where they can kind of get themselves ready to go and, you know, of course, getting up early and really getting out there. And all those are excuses, but, you know, the fact of the matter is it took us a little while to get going, and then obviously in the second half we played great football and outscored Northern Michigan 31-3 in the second half. Yeah,
the dominance showing you're certainly protected your number one ranking. And so now again we got Saginaw Valley coming up this weekend, and now can we finally talk?
Not yet. Let's watch the Northern Michigan. Everybody wants to jump to Saginaw Valley. We're not there yet. Let's stay with it.
All right, so let's stay here on Marquette. Let's go up to the Superior Dome. The weather was beautiful. Windy, but it didn't matter. We were at the Superior Dome up there in Marquette, and a number of Grand Valley fans made the trek up there. They were parachuting in the special festivities here before the game. Opening kickoff. Brandon Langston for Grand Valley has a nice return of 36 yards, and that's a preview of a big game that he has in store for him. But the Lakers go 3 and out on the first here defensively. We get a nice play from Shea Roberson.
Yeah, Shea stepped in and got us some quality reps at the defensive tackle position, and really that's what we needed. We've talked about that. Cullen shows great patience, picks up a big third down. We were over 60% in third down conversions. That was huge for us. His quarterback draw, and you can see we're trying to utilize Cullen Finnerty and because he's such a great athlete. We don't score on that possession. Northern Michigan comes back and runs the football, but you know, again, I thought we were a little flat early on. Northern does get up on us, but I like the way we hung in there.
Here's the pass from Sweener to Rizard, and the Wildcats do take a lead 7-0 and give their faithful something to cheer about. And Coach, a little concerned.
Man, I look like I put on about 15 pounds there.
A nice Laker sequence here. A couple of passes to Tennessee and Lacricchio.
Yeah, and again, our shovel pass to Michael Tennessee, we do a very good job of it. But again, I think the patience that Cullen shows here, hits Mario Lacricchio, get the ball back down to about the 2-3 yard line. We're able to punch it in from here. We run a handoff sweep to Brandon Langston. He gets his first touchdown of the year.
Good explosion to the outside for Brandon. The PAT by David Hendricks knots the game at 7 apiece. And it looks like you're trying to establish the momentum here, but right away, nice return here by Kentwood product, Vinny Mayfield for Northern.
Vinny did a nice job. I'll tell you what, we've got to do a better job with our kickoff coverage team. We've got too many good athletes on that team, Rick, for us not to be getting the job done. So we're going to look hard at that this week, and you know, we got to do a better job. I mean, that's one area that I think we've got too many good players on that team not to get it done.
Now, after 1 quarter play, tied 7-7, but they put together an 85-yard drive, something that doesn't happen too often against your teams.
Yeah, again, they showed, I thought, very good diversity offensively. They mixed it up well. They got some matchups against our backers in certain situations, a couple of throwbacks here and there. I think that game plan does pretty good in the first half and got some matchups that really got them some momentum. Again, you know, they're playing their best football right now against the #1 team.
Now, a ball control offense, the kind of offense they have, does that concern you more than an explosive team? Because you're an explosive team, and a ball control can just kind of eat away at you.
Yeah, I think, you know, we didn't go into the game thinking that Northern Michigan was going to be able to run the ball, and they didn't run the ball very well. They threw it, obviously. And so we know that each week a team is going to try to hold on to the football and keep us off the field, but I'm very confident that our defense is not going to be in a situation where you're going to grind it on them.
Well, let's go to second quarter highlights here. 7-7 tie, and Northern Michigan with the football, and right away Northern goes to Vinny Mayfield out of the backfield. One of nice 8 catches he made on the day. Lakers do react though.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, look at the problems here is missed tackles. You know, we're in position, we're just not tackling the football. The ball comes out, spills out. We get good contain here by Dion Charity. But they do get down here, and watch again, you can see the kinds of plays that are giving us some problems are the bootlegs and the misdirection plays where we're not accounting for backs and linebackers.
Lakers come back to work. Good scramble here by Finnerty to find Mike Holloway.
This is one of the things that he does so well. He can get out of trouble, and he keeps a drive alive in this instance.
Then Micah Staley, who's really become a big play guy. We've talked about it before.
Well, he goes up and takes this one away. We had 4 verticals against the cover 2 look, and we got the ball up and over the safety, and Micah makes a nice catch.
Then the Stevenson Steamer steamrolls in.
Michael Tennessee. Nice inside trap play. You know, you got to run the football down in the short field. And, it was good to see that one because this is now the time of the game where we're trying to match scores for scores.
TAT Fails had a little bit of problem with that. It, you know, pops up there every now and then.
Well, we made a change there. You can see I'm talking to Matt Yochis. Matt had a bad ankle. You can see he's taped up. He really couldn't get the kind of balance, so we took him out. Mike Pinner came in and did a nice job for us.
Defensive, a little bit of breakdown maybe here. A 43-yard Wildcat completion.
Yeah, you know, again, we're in a position. We got to make that play. I mean, that's that simple, and we didn't make those plays.
A key point here: a goal line stand. They had first and goal to 3, 3 straight stops for your team. Forced them to settle for 3.
I thought this was a huge play for us. DP with a nice play. Doesn't drape him with the right hand. Just comes over the top with the left with a good strip, and we hold him a field goal at 17-13. We get the ball back, and we're able to get some points back on the board here.
You score 37 in the next 40. First of all, Finnerty to Micah Staley for 23. You have to settle for 3, though.
Yep, we get 3 on the board, and David Hendricks was money all day. 3 field goals, and again, 17-16. You can see right here, 2 minutes to go. We get the ball back over a turnover.
Yeah, recovered by Keontae Marshall, and then Finnerty connects with Langston for 21.
We had a seam route called, and he popped the ball right in the seam. Northern uses all their timeouts here. I thought that was kind of curious.
Yeah,
but
3 straight timeouts here.
Doug Sams is known for using all of his timeouts. He did that last year. But again, great kick by David Hendricks. And as you see, you know, we didn't play with the kind of precision that we normally have played with, Rick. We were 19-17 at the half. We're up 2. And again, we probably didn't play our best half of football.
Yeah, the 3 straight timeouts, I guess I could understand it was a 45-yarder, a little baffled, but it was a little chip shot field goal. But you know what the heck, you can't use them again, right?
Yeah, you can't take them with you. So we were prepared for that.
All right, did you get the feeling, again, you were some concerns there that your team would come out and dominate in the second half as they did?
Well, I knew that we were going to play better football. You know, clearly our guys got the message, but offensively we did some very, very good things. I think we just didn't play with the passion defensively that we had played with up to this point, and so that's really what was missing.
Now can we talk about Saginaw Valley?
Now, this is the Brian Kelly Show. I make the call here. We're going to wait on that. We're going to stay with Northern Michigan.
All right, we've still got second half highlights to come. Stay with us. The Brian Kelly Show. It had been a decade since Grand Valley had won up there in Marquette, and that house of horrors has finally been put aside. But again, there were some concerns at halftime on your part.
Well, you know, we got the troops together, and Coach Martin got the defense together and said, hey, look, you know, you got to play. I mean, you know, we can put you in the position, but if you don't want to play, we can't get it done. Offensively, I was really happy with what we were doing. We made a couple of adjustments, put a couple of routes in that we hadn't used, and I thought the second half we did a great job in executing.
Well, let's get to those second half highlights. Grand Valley with that slim 2-point lead, 19-17. And the Lakers will boot it away to the Wildcats. You see the wooden-built Uperdome up there in Marquette.
We do a better job here, Rick. You can see Scott Green did a nice job placing the football. Gives our defense better field position to start this drive. And again, you can see the pressure that we're putting on now in the second half. It looks like the old Grand Valley defense that we've got accustomed to.
That was a 3rd and 1 play that stopped, and right away on offense takes its cue. Langston and Tennessee get some big yardage on the ground.
Well, they're a heavy pursuing team, and Brandon Langston is a great guy to run reverse with. So we opened up with reverse just to slow them down a little bit. And then we come back with 2 tight ends and start grinding the football. Michael Tennessee was a man inside, and our offensive line just did a tremendous job of getting off the football.
Langston scoots out in the flat here and gets in.
Yeah, great rocket screen, good blocking on the perimeter. You see Mario Lacricchio has got his guy locked up, and a big score for us because I think it set the tone, Rick, in terms of the second half play. We go up 26-17 and send a message to Northern Michigan.
Yeah, and it looks like momentum's on your side, but Northern comes back with a 34-yard completion.
Again, nice ball, good ball. Again, we're not in position to make a play there. I'm getting kind of fired up with our defense. I want them to play. They're saying, hey, let's go play. Go play, make some plays. But we do hold them out of the end zone here, Rick.
The final points of the game, and it takes just one big play to break the backs of Northern, and Finnerty and Langston combined for it.
Tremendous job of communication here. You saw Cullen call the tight end, max the protection, got one-on-one Langston in the seam, and watch this speed.
Oh, that's something.
Great speed and just a great job of executing our offense. They had a pressure situation. We were in no back. Cullen made the check, brought the tight end in, got the vertical matchups that we wanted, and got the ball up. Great touchdown.
Longest scoring play of the season, 71 yards. Now, William Gray shows the defense drawing the line here.
Again, you can see that we've got a lot more people playing with some emotion. I think it took a while for us to wake up. We thought it was a night game. Our guys took a while, but Michael Tennessee, again, busts out into the second level. And when he gets into the second level, he's a tough guy. And a lot of guys don't want to take him down, first of all. Second of all, he's got great speed.
Finnerty finishes it off.
Yeah, great job. Misdirection. We pulled it a lot where we pull our tackle, and now we come back with the misdirection.
Defense goes for the jugular. Derek Phillips with the pick.
Derek does a great job here. He got called for pass interference, but the receiver went out of bounds. He was the first one to touch it, so it was illegal touching, so the penalty is waived off. We get the football in great field position here, and we're able to put some more points on the board.
Nice run by Michael Tennessee here, but he's injured on the play.
Yeah, he's had a burner, which is a nerve in the neck that gets pinched, and he got that pinch again, and it's very painful for a while, but we were able to get our training staff. Todd Yeager got him back, and we were able to punch that ball in and go up 40-20. And the extra point is good by David Hendricks, who was on target all day.
43-20 to score. Louis happy, and his legions as well. And it seems to bring out a pleasant tendency your team has had. I mean, really dominating in the third quarter of football games.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, I think that we do wear our opponent down. Our no huddle definitely has an effect, especially at this level where you don't have a lot of scholarship players. Those guys have to play a lot of snaps. You can't play a lot of guys and rotating them in. I think that really helps us.
All right, why don't we get to fourth quarter highlights? You're on top 43-20, and right away, Lamar Maxey makes a nice stop defensively for your squad.
Lamar's playing better and better for us each and every week as a rotating end with Aaron Hine and Marcus Spencer and Michael McFadden. Here you go. This guy, Ryan Huckel, I mean, he comes into the ball game when Tennessee gets hurt, and all he does is get yardage. He does a nice job.
Consistently produces, doesn't he?
He does a great job.
Here's a great score, but the defense gets it back.
And Scott Mackey, it's nice to see him step. You can see Mackey's now starting to wake up. I think it took a little while. We got him some coffee on the sideline and woke him up, and he started playing when he got after. And here again, Huckel. Yeah, just a great run. Stays in bounds and just keeps eating up yardage every time he touches the football.
So Finnerty now will roll and stay alive long enough to find an open Staley in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, a little too quick on the boot, but he's so athletic that he can find anybody at any time, and that's our 50th point for the night. And I do want to point out Jim Street, our offensive lineman, who stepped in for Mike Wolford, first start, done a tremendous job for us, and playing with a lot of consistency.
Northern tries to score, but on fourth down, Kurt Caruth stops and keeps that score at 50-20. The Lakers win to go to 6-0 and protect their national ranking of number 1.
Proud of you. I said Jericho was going to win this game, right? 50-20 is the final. You got great character, okay? Let's not have to test it like we did. Let's not have to test it because we know who we are. So let's prepare back.
Let's not have to test it.
Well, that goes to what we've been talking about this whole show, is that, sometimes I think when you look at the character of a group, sometimes the character doesn't show until there's some adversity. Well, let's not have any adversity. Let's just go show it, our true character right from the very beginning, and that means prepare and play hard instead of having to call on it in the second half.
We've still got lots to talk about, including Saginaw Valley. You're going to let me get it in there.
I think we're getting close where we can do that.
Up next is our X Factor, and this is going to be an interesting feature for you. We talk about the Laker coaching staff and how they dine together once a week as the Brian Kelly Show continues.
I was wondering, at this point in your season, what's the strongest point of your team?
Well, Brittany, if you asked me earlier in the year, I probably would have said our depth, but it's our ability to run the football and stop the run. I think those are the two key areas that are going to be in any good football team's repertoire, and I think we've got that right now.
Brittany, part of the Louis Lunatics there, the student section that will be out in mass this Saturday. Absolutely. And great support of your squad, and you, I know, and the team and the coaches just really appreciate everything they do.
Absolutely. They're a great support for us, and it's nice to play at home because of that crowd.
Right. Again, great weather you've had, and you had a little bit of a situation playing indoors. It'll be nice to get back outside and play at night again this Saturday.
Anytime you can play at Ludwig Stadium, I think it's a great advantage to our guys, and they'll be excited about the opportunity.
Well, we've looked at different factors in our X Factor each week here on the Brian Kelly Show, and one of the themes that they have with their coaching staff is the family that dines together and twines together. We'll take a closer look at it in this week's edition of the X Factor.
There you go. You're a big ham. You're just like Dad. It's our Wednesday night.
All right, time to eat.
This is for, for us to get a chance to see our kids, because we put in so much time during the week that we never get a chance to see them, and we all have young kids, as you can see.
Coach Kelly's wife really started it all. She types up a official schedule for us, and as she said, we rotate different meals.
Sometimes the dessert overtakes the entree, but we don't really care as long as everybody gets fed and gets to see the folks.
We started what? That 99 season, boy, that was a rough one.
That was, and we made it through, and
Started doing it, and then next thing you know, we started winning.
we had to feed the coaches.
That's right.
The other thing is the GAs get to eat. Of course, as a GA, you don't make any money. So this is a great opportunity for them to store up, because anything that's a leftover is not left over very long.
I think it's great for the kids because they never see their dads, or very rarely see their dads, so this is a chance that they get to see their dads, spend a little time with them.
I have a little helper that helps me out. Make sure that my plate's always full.
What's harder, being a parent or being a coach?
Oh, being a coach is way easier. That's the wives here. We got it easy. We've got the easy job. They've got the tough job.
Oh, I would say definitely being a parent.
Good answer, honey. Good answer.
Where does Daddy go every day? Football.
It's kind of a time to get together with all the coaches and stuff. I want to play for Grand Valley or Ohio State. I'm playing for the Jets.
For the Jets? You're just going to skip college and go right to New York?
Mm-hmm.
It's faith, family, football, fishing, and having fun in our family.
Never ever the coaches never help.
No. That would be absolutely no.
They don't help at home. Why would they help here?
Usually Coach Kelly flashes the lights and they ask, okay, pack it up, you guys got to go, film's done. But they do thank us.
I don't flash the lights. That's not true. I do not flash the lights.
Did you used to though?
And Greek we say.
That's my son. That's what he is.
That's the dinner of champions.
See, he's
right
got all
there.
the food groups well represented there. That's why I look the way I look. Too many sweets.
Coach, I'll bet there's not a lot of football spoken on Wednesday nights.
No, it's great. Again, with the time that we put in, the family is so important in our lifestyle that, we've got young kids growing up, and it's so important to be there for them. And Wednesday night's a great we look forward to Wednesday night. The food is good, but the kids and the wives there, that's the most important thing.
Well, we've still got our player of the game to come, and Saginaw Valley. We promise we'll talk about it when we come back. Our player of the game, Brandon Langston, who put up numbers even beyond that. 2 touchdown receptions. He also ran one in, had an excellent kickoff return as well. We'll look at some of his individual highlights, Coach.
Yeah, again, 2 receiving touchdowns. He ran one in, really filled in for Mark Catlin, and the old Wally Pipp story. We all know Wally from Grand Rapids was the guy that was replaced at first base by, was it Mickey Mantle? Lou Gehrig, that's right. I just wanted to make sure you knew your baseball history, Rick Berkey, which you do.
Brandon, a psychology major, by the way, and like Cullen Finnerty, transferred from Toledo together.
Yeah, it was the package deal. That's why I think he finds Langston when he's open. But both of them have been great kids in our program, and are getting better each and every week, so we're really pleased to have them.
A guy you mentioned earlier that certainly had deserved some special consideration, Jim Street, your young man from Warren De La Salle.
Yeah, Mike Wilford, who's been an All-American for us at tackle, we lost him for a few more weeks, and Jim Street steps in and does a great job.
Now, Saginaw Valley,
Let's
7
talk
o'clock,
about
Glover Stadium. They won 35-7 yesterday. They are still in the top 10 national ranking, undefeated. Should be a great matchup.
I think it's going to be number 1 against number 5. They'll move up. IUP lost in our region, so I think you're going to have 1 versus 5 at Allendale. What a great matchup. We're excited about it. Saginaw is a great team, great program. It'll be a great football game.
You've had some great games with them, a regular season and a postseason a couple years back.
Absolutely. We've gone against each other, and we know each other well. It'll be the team that executes better on that day, and we're glad we're at home.
All right, a big crowd, 7 o'clock Saturday night at Lubbers Stadium, and I know that they're expecting a huge crowd, and you want to encourage everybody to not only get there early.
Well, I'd get there early because I think it's going to be a sellout. Matter of fact, I know it's going to be a sellout. And two good teams that, got a lot of work to do after this game. We don't want to put it all on this game. Yeah, it is a big game, but there's a lot more football to be played the rest of the week. So we'll keep it in perspective.
Quickly, will you have to fight to keep the guys down a little bit emotionally this week?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just try to play it as another game. They're a good football team, but I think you would just look at it as another week.
Be with us next week as we continue the Brian Kelly Show. Thanks for joining us.